Man, I hate it when my freaking face cam just freeze. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy CD.Achille. Today we're gonna react to Mojo, South Park, top 10 South Park said what we were all thinking. Now I had reacted to one of the videos, but it got copyrighted, so I just took down the whole video. But like, it's a copyright claim, so if I get copyright on this video, I'm just gonna leave it up. Hopefully it's not like a strike or whatever, or it led up to a strike. But let's get straight to the video.
Jesus, everyone's gonna go to Starbucks now.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times South Park said what we were all thinking.
Stop it! I didn't do anything!
You knew Peter was dead!
I didn't start by saying Peter is dead. I started by saying they want me to acknowledge Peter.
For this list, we'll be looking at episodes where South Park reflected what was going through most of our heads, even if we didn't share our thoughts out loud. Which South Park episode do you think told it like it is? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Streaming is better than cable. With streaming offering a more convenient, cheaper, and all-around superior alternative, more and more TV viewers are cutting cable.
I love you.
What?
I love you so much, Dad. Please, can we get Disney Plus?
It'd be one thing if cable companies upped their game and grew with the times. Instead, loyal customers are rewarded with slow service and workers who show up whenever they feel like it. Anyone who's ever been given a
I don't think I watched this episode on South Park. I think it's new.
5-hour service window will identify with the frustration that this episode captures to a T.
Well, finally, the cable company gave us a window of noon to 5 for you to show up. It's 5:15. Only 15 minutes late.
The episode also finds timely commentary in the launch of Disney Plus and how enamored audiences were with The Mandalorian. The ultimate irony is that South Park dominated basic cable ratings for years. With the rise of Hulu, HBO Max, and Paramount Plus, though, even South Park knows that cable is a dinosaur.
Making a little...
Hey, this is true because we got Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu. We don't watch cable anymore, and YouTube. I'll throw YouTube in there, but like we don't watch cable anymore.
Niche programs for everybody. That's what you want? Yeah, I think I do.
Number 9. User agreements. With iPhones and iPads becoming part of everyday life, we've all signed a user agreement at some point. How many of you actually read a user agreement, though?
When you download it...
If you read the user agreement, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you if you read the whole, like, sometimes be like 3 pages. For like anything you sign up for or download it or whatever. If you read all of that, there's something
The
wrong
last
with you.
iTunes update. A window on your screen pops up and asks you if you agree to our terms and conditions. You clicked agree. Alright, let's get into the water tank.
Long, confusing, and written in the tiniest font possible, most of us would rather sign and accept any consequences rather than be inconvenienced. South Park imagines the worst-case scenario where failing to read the terms and conditions lands Kyle in the middle of a human centipede.
What are you going to do to us?
Everything that you agreed to in the iTunes conditions.
While we're pretty sure that's never happened in real life, the episode does reflect how casual people are about signing legal contracts without even reading them. It's also a spot-on depiction of Apple's marketing, convincing consumers that their products are the best and cheaper alternatives are for losers.
No, I don't want to join Apple. I like my PC.
Number 8. The media and public's treatment of Britney Spears. In the late 2000s, Britney Spears was an easy target for comedy, and a lot of people took the low-hanging fruit.
Interrupt this debate for an emergency news bulletin. It's Britney Watch.
South Park wasn't an exception, but the writers took a unique approach. They put the mirror up to the audience and said what most of us knew deep down. Maybe we should stop obsessing over this struggling celebrity and, get a life. It was...
This reminds me of, like, I think 2 days ago when Michael B. Jordan got his new house. I think 14 million. Great house, by the way. But I'm just like, why would you post this? I'm pretty sure none of us don't care that he got a new house. I think it was like 6 bedrooms or 7 bedrooms, 7 bath. It was a beautiful house. But like, I don't think we we don't care about him buying a new house. Like, we don't care.
It's unpopular for people to say, leave Britney alone, hence why many kept quiet.
Hang on, fellas. Don't you think Britney's been through enough? I mean, maybe it's finally time for us all to just leave her alone.
During Spears' darkest hour, though, South Park served as an unlikely moral compass. Various journalists, comedians, and members of the general public continued to ignore that little voice's side. With the recent reevaluation of how Spears was treated, however, this episode has only gotten more identifiable.
It's all of America, Kyle. We're all a part of this together.
You know about all this?
Number 7. Avatar looks a lot like another movie. Nowadays, it's practically a cliche to joke that Avatar is a ripoff of Dances with Wolves, and Pocahontas, and Ferngully, and a dozen other movies. A month before Avatar even hit theaters, South Park beat everyone to the punchline.
No, you must leave the Nova Smiths alone. Who's behind all this?
Well, maybe not everyone. Even after the first trailer for Avatar was released, a lot of people noticed similarities to Kevin Costner's 1990 Best Picture winner. They also noticed that the characters looked like Smurfs, albeit taller and more alluring. South Park was still one of the first mainstream properties to call out James Cameron for taking a familiar story.
Side note, Smurf is a great freaking movie. I reckon. I mean, it was like so old, but I recommend rewatching it. I might watch it later this week.
And calling it something else.
Luckily, with the money I made selling the movie rights to my book, I'll be okay.
You sold the movie rights to who?
James Cameron.
It's too bad Cartman didn't secure the film rights, because Avatar is still the highest grossing movie of all time.
Dances with Smurfs was my idea! My idea!
Number 6. Our dependence on the internet. For eons, humanity survived without the internet. Now that we've gotten a taste of it, society would likely descend into anarchy without the web.
Everyone just calm down! Calm down, alright? It's going to be okay. We just can't panic!
This episode accurately depicts the panic and uncertainty we all feel when the Wi-Fi is down. Unfortunately, it isn't just Stan's house without a connection. It's a technical issue that reaches far beyond South Park.
Look, if you do find internet, let us know, will ya?
How? You won't have internet.
We all rely on the internet for work, entertainment, communication, and some other things that are better left behind closed doors. The episode speaks to our fear that
This episode, I remember, this man Randy is so disgusting. If you know, you know.
one day it could all be gone. Thankfully, there's a simple solution in this case. Nothing's more revealing than seeing a green light.
And it always works too. It always works. If it doesn't, then the company like Xfinity or whatever your Wi-Fi provider is something wrong with it, so they gotta fix it. But like, if it's just something wrong with the box, just unplug it, 30 seconds or 3 seconds, however, and it works.
On our router. And Randy's closing remarks about overlogging on really hit home.
But if we don't treat the internet with the respect that it deserves, it could one day be gone forever.
Number 5. The Writer's Strike. From November 2007 to February 2008, the Writers Guild of America strike brought the industry to a halt.
Nobody takes us Canadians seriously! It's like the world doesn't respect Canada at all, eh?
Although Trey Parker and Matt Stone aren't part of the union, the strike commenced and ended around the same time South Park was on its break. When South Park returned, Parker and Stone didn't hesitate to say what most of their writer friends were thinking. The strike wasn't the best idea.
Well, we didn't get everything that we wanted, but we negotiated hard and we got these coupons to Bennigan's.
While the strike was intended to increase the funding that writers deserve, it reportedly lost anywhere between millions and billions. Parker described the episode as a docudrama, exploring how many writers regretted the strike and attempted to save face by the end. Few WGA members would admit this, but South Park wasn't afraid to speak out.
No matter what happens, I would never call off this strike, even if it means we all die.
Number 4. Social media sucking us in. Facebook was arguably at its most dominant in 2010, and South Park did a commendable job at portraying the different viewpoints on it.
So I'm not your friend then?
Dad, you are my friend.
But you just don't want to add me as a friend.
For Kyle, it's a gateway to friendship, and if he doesn't have any friends on social media, he has none in the real world. Stan could care less about Facebook, but he's reluctantly forced to participate. It isn't long until Facebook starts affecting Stan's real-life relationships as others obsess over his online activity, or lack thereof.
Stan, Grandma said she poked you and you have...
I think this is the episode when the game's South Park Stick of Truth, like our character having so much friends. I think this is where they get the idea from.
I haven't sent a poke back.
Dad, I didn't even want to do
Stan, poke your grandma!
Many of us realize that the number of Facebook friends you have isn't an accurate measure of how complete your life is. Once Facebook has you, though, it's hard to break free. On top of that, we all knew somebody who took Farmville way too seriously.
I really need a friend right now.
Okay, dude, I'm here for you.
Okay, so then get on Facebook and fertilize my crops?
Number 3, censorship. South Park has always been a controversial show, but people sometimes forget just how up in arms parents and censors were during the early years.
Young man, you are not to watch that show anymore. It's immature toilet humor.
Ironically, having Kenny die in every episode wasn't seen as that big a deal, but spreading foul language on the airwaves would be the downfall of civilization. As the parents of South Park protest the crude humor on TV, they ignore their children as death literally comes to town.
What is it, Stanley, hon? Did you break something?
Mom, Death is here, and he's trying to take us all away with him.
While the South Park movie would expand upon these themes, this was the first episode to say what fans of the show knew. TV isn't the problem. The problem is that parents view TV as a babysitter when they should be taking the time to educate, nurture, and monitor their children.
Thank you.
I remember when I was a kid, me and my cousin, we always want to watch Family Guy, but like, when we get caught watching it, our parents would get mad. I just don't understand why would they get mad, but then I realized Family Guy be having some inappropriate stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wait,
if there are any questions, you may direct them to that brick wall over there.
Number 2, political candidates. Every 4 years, Republicans and Democrats act as if their presidential candidate is going to fix everything.
You don't see the point. Oh, you young people just make me sick.
Stanley, do you know how many people died so you could have the right to vote?
While some political leaders have changed the world for the better, our options are usually limited to what South Park describes as a giant douche or a turd sandwich. As such, Stan simply doesn't care about the outcome.
I'm not going to be persuaded into voting, and I'm not going to be threatened into voting if I don't feel comfortable with it.
When Stan refuses to vote, he's shamed and exiled until he finally relents. Most people won't admit that both sides of the political spectrum are flawed and actually share a fair deal in common. This episode unearths the unspoken truth that we struggle to accept. Whoever wins, we all lose to an extent. Voting matters, but when these are our options, should
You know what? I'm not gonna talk about that.
we really be this hostile towards each other?
Kenny, we have got to make Stan understand the importance of voting, because he'll definitely vote for our guy.
Before we unveil our top pick,
Well, that is true. If we vote for a different president, like let's say I vote for the Republic, the Democrats will get mad at me, or if I vote for the Democrat, the Republic will get mad at me, and I'm just like, nah.
there are a few honorable mentions.
But that's part of history, though.
correctness. Being PC can be a good thing, but not when delivered with violence and threats.
Have a seat. I've been talking with your child, and we're going to be giving him 2 weeks detention.
What's this about, Kyle?
Your son said some things to a 4th grade girl that frankly made me want to puke.
Scientology. We elaborate, but we don't want to get sued.
We are gonna sue you!
What?
Yeah, you think you can say our religion is a lie? We'll sue you, buddy!
You told me it was a lie.
George Zimmerman. Double standards are still very much a problem.
Wait, what?
This is still going on today. you know, I'm not even gonna talk about that too, cause I know there will be that one dude, jackass, gonna be in my comments. So I'm not gonna say nothing.
Guilty!
John Edward. For anyone who ever watched Crossing Over.
And the winner for biggest douche in the universe is... It's John Edward, Milky Way Galaxy, Planet Earth!
Come on now!
All the celebrity deaths. The summer of 2009 was quite the ordeal.
I see dead celebrities.
You mean you see dead celebrities on TV? In the news?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified.
Number 1. Trump wins. Just when you thought the political...
I'm surprised but not surprised at the same time that this will be number one.
Couldn't get more topsy-turvy. Garrison was elected president, mirroring Donald Trump's ascension to the White House.
The people have spoken. Just as J.J. Abrams did with Star Wars, I will make this country great again.
Even the South Park creators were expecting a Hillary Clinton victory, forcing them to make numerous changes at the 11th hour. The episode encapsulates the confusion, disbelief, and anger many experienced when they realized who the 45th U.S. president was going to be.
Do you have any idea what you've done to our country?
Yeah.
Unlike their past election shows, this episode appropriately doesn't wrap everything up in a tidy package. Instead, it leaves us with 3 options. Drink the Kool-Aid, try escaping to Mars, or buckle in for what's bound to be an unpredictable presidency. And for the next 4 years, South Park continued to say what we were all thinking.
It sucks, Dad! This country's gonna suck for 4 years!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo. And be sure to subscribe.
Well, guys, the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. CD out.